Wrigley Field is a hard hat zone these days. Construction surrounds the friendly confines as the Chicago Cubs rebuild the outfield bleachers in Phase 1 of their $575 million plan to renovate the 100-year-old ballpark and redevelop its surrounding area. But amid the mess of remnants from demolition comes an opportunity to both bolster team archives and make a little extra cash.
With the renovation project starting, we knew there were going to be a lot of items that fans would want. And candidly, we want them to participate and have their chance to have a piece of history from Wrigley Field.
We'll actually take this hologram off and we'll place it on the item as we did on this lineup card from the 100th anniversary game.
The Cubs this month launched the new Wrigley Field Collection, a mix of memorabilia and salvaged items from the ballpark as it's renovated, and the latest addition to its 3-year-old Cubs Authentics platform, which auctions off game-used items to fans and collectors. Aisle placards, scoreboard tiles, and flags that flew atop the stadium this season will be up for bidding, as well as several hundred 18-inch wide pieces of the left and right field bleachers, which, despite being less than a decade old, will be priced at $150 a piece.
The amount of things that we are authenticating continues to increase as the demand comes from our fans. And then as we go through the different phases of the renovation, whether it be seats or things that might come out of some of our renovated suites, the locker room, for example, could be one where you might see some items that we would post in future years.
Cubs Authentics has emerged as a new revenue source for the team and is part of a larger movement in Major League Baseball to cash in on game-used collectibles. While the league's authentication practice dates back to 2001, it has ramped up recently, with 60% of its 5 million authenticated items coming from the past 5 years. All 30 MLB teams have league-assigned authenticators for each game, paid hourly to watch carefully and verify each piece of memorabilia with special hologram stickers to prevent counterfeiting.
This is a popular item too, flags.
At Wrigley, Chicago Police Sergeant Mike Bars is one of 3 officers on the job.
Cubs Authentics has really put people are more aware of it. People are wanting to get that piece of the game as opposed to 5-6 years ago when there wasn't as great of awareness.
The Cubs declined to say how much revenue the Authentics platform has pulled in, but the team has sold more items each of the past 2 seasons and can authenticate as many as 100 items per game, feeding collectors' appetite for virtually any piece of authentic memorabilia. The jersey worn by Cubs star Anthony Rizzo for his first home run in 2012 sold for more than $4,100, and an on-deck circle used during a game last season sold for more than $2,100.
If you can name it, we've probably done it. Dirt, aisle markers, we've done bleachers, we've done anything pretty much within Wrigley Field we've tried to authenticate.
Not all the items the team authenticates hit the auction block, as many head straight to the Cubs' own collection, which team officials admit needs a boost as they hope to build an archive of artifacts for Wrigley's second century.
You'd be surprised that we don't have a ton in our archive, kind of the transition of owners over the years. And so it's our job today to making sure that we're preserving for that next 100 years. We have to be stewards of our brand and making sure we're protecting things that are going to be in our archive so that fans 20 years, 50 years, 100 years from now can see some of the great items from baseball at Wrigley Field in the 2000s.